Yes, sir. What's going on, y'all? What's good? Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to my channel. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more value. If you're watching on Facebook, welcome to my page. Go ahead and like and share this post. Share this with somebody that you care about. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how I've been making money on the markets, right? How I've been trading and basically making my money work for itself, right? Putting my money to work. And this is a way through I call trading. This is trading Forex. And the platform that I'm using is called Sway Markets. Right. So what you want to do is click that link in the description, create your account. Once you log in, it'll look like this here. And first thing that you want to do is deposit money into your account, right? So you want to come down here to deposit. And they have several different ways you can deposit, either pay by card or you can use cryptocurrency. The two fastest ways is probably going to be Bitcoin or pay by card. Right. So if you're doing Bitcoin, you can buy Bitcoin on Cash App real fast. So it probably takes like not even 5 minutes, right? Not even 5 minutes to do. Just go to Cash App. If you have no idea how to do that on Cash App, then you can hit me up. Right. My number is below. Hit me up. I can walk you through on how to buy that Bitcoin. Or you can just do it by card. Right. Just click this one here, pay by card, whichever one, right? But both of these are probably going to be really the fastest and easiest ways. These ways are easy too, right? If you know how to do cryptocurrency and you got like a crypto wallet and you have USDT or ETH or USDT ETH, right? You can use either one of these. All right. So what you're going to do, come here, click confirm. And this is where you're going to choose where you want the money to go, right? So you're not going to have an account created yet. So you're just going to choose wallet and choose the amount that you want to deposit, choose your currency, and then click continue. When you click continue, then there's going to be a QR code and an address for you to send the Bitcoin to. All right. So what you want to do is copy that or use your phone, right, to just go to Cash App and then you can scan that QR code and it does it automatically. All right. So yeah, it's going to pop up in your balance. I give it about 30 minutes to an hour to pop up in your wallet balance, right? So just keep hitting refresh and then you'll see it pop up there. All right. So now you have money on Sway Markets, right? So now what you want to do is come here, create your account, go over here to real account. What I suggest that you do is create a demo account first so that you can practice. You don't want to just jump on here and start trading on your live account with your hard-earned money. All right. What you want to do is come on here, get consistent first at a strategy, and then move over to a live account. All right. But it's all your call, right? If you want to start off on a live account, start off making real money at first, then you can do that. That's not the smart thing to do though, right? Because if you're just now starting off, you probably have no idea what you're doing. You have no strategy. You've never placed a trade before, right? Even though there's a way to put this on automation so you don't have to place a trade at all, right? I have a bot for Sway, but you do want to learn this skill, right? So create a demo account over here, demo ECN, choose your currency, and then create account. All right, I'm not going to do it because I haven't already created one. Then you could create a live account, right? Come over here to ECN, same process, right? ECN, choose your currency, boom, and then create account. Okay. So now what you want to do is make a transfer from your wallet to the account that you created, right? So you come over here to internal transfer, click on internal transfer, and you're going to click between your account, choose your account, right? The account you created. Oh, I'm sorry, you're going to choose the wallet, right? It's going to say wallet, and then the account that you want to send it to is the live account. All right, so you just choose your live account, choose the amount that you want to send from your wallet to that account, and then click send. Okay. All right, y'all. So now you have the money on your MT4 platform, right? So this is the MT4 platform. The way that you get to here is come to accounts, you'll go to trade, right? Click trade, and then this platform will pop up. Okay, so once you're logged in, now what we want to do is go to gold. All right, so you type in XAU. USD, right? So gold. So this is what I trade. And you can choose, you can trade any currency that you want, but this is the one that I try to stick to. Right. So get you a currency that you're going to choose to get to know. I know a lot of people will say that you should trade a bunch of different currencies at one time, but for me, this is just how it worked best for me, right? Choosing one and just sticking to that. All right, getting to know it, getting to know the way that it moves, how it moves through news, how it moves when it's just regular hours, right? You just want to choose one pair that you can get to know and profit off of, right? That's really all that you need, right? You need one good pair, one good trade, and that will change your life. All right, so I want to go over how I make my market analysis. Okay. All right, so first thing that you want to do once you're logged in, you want to back out to at least the daily. Okay. The reason why you want to back out to the daily is because you want an overall picture of what's going on, right? You can't really do that on the lower time frames. It just gives you just that little section, right? So you need to back up so that you can look back to get right. We look back to get right. Okay. So this is the way you do it. You look in the back of the past, what price has done in the history, and that's going to let you know what it's going to do in the future. All right, give you an idea. All right, so first thing we do, we're going to, like I said, back out to the daily. Okay, so this is good right here. Let me get rid of all these clear drawings. There we go. All right, so now first thing we want to do, ask ourselves is what is the trend of the market, right? What's the trend of the market? And the way we figure out the trend, we're going to come over here, grab our trend line, and we're just going to start our line from the bottom of the trend, right? And basically just connect the dots. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect, like you see here where it dips into our trend line, but just need the overall general direction of which way price is trending, right? So we can see here gold is trending up. Okay, you see price starting here at the bottom of our trend, bouncing off our trend line, going up to a certain point, bouncing off our trend line, going up to a certain point. Now it's coming back and it's back at our trend line. Okay, so we're in an uptrend still, even though it's been on this little bearish momentum here lately, right? Like for the past couple weeks, we're still in an overall uptrend, right? Gold will not be in a downtrend until it breaks this trend line, retests, and then continues to come down. Then it's in once it comes past pretty much this point here, around this area, still considered we're in an uptrend. Okay, so it needs to come down past this area. I'd say for gold to be in a downtrend, it needs to break this trend line. Okay, let me grab my price line and come below about around this area. Okay, once it passes this area, then it's in, now we're getting into a downtrend. Okay, but for right now, we're still in this uptrend. Right now, we're at this trend line, which is kind of a good place to get in for a buy on the daily, because what it's done in the past is come to the trend line, bounced off, right? So now it's back down to the trend line. You could wait, right, to see what it's going to do, see if it's going to break this trend line. Okay, let me grab an arrow real quick. Okay, so this is a possibility of what could happen. If it does not respect this trend line and it breaks, right, most likely it will break, come back, retest this trend line. And if it is in a downtrend, then it will come back down. Now, that's one scenario. Right? Another scenario is it could get to this trend line, erase that, respect this trend line, bounce off again, come back and retest, and then take off. All right, so price can only do two things. It's either going to come down or it's going to go up. All right, so that's why everybody can be 50-50 when it comes to trading. It doesn't matter how many years you have experience. Anybody can come in and place a trade and be 50% right, because it's either price is only going to do two things, right? It's either going to go up or it's going to come down. So this is another scenario that could happen. Get to this trend line, respect it, come back up, retest, create a new high, come back, retest the trend line again. Okay. And then take off to create an all-time high, right? To continue in this uptrend. All right. So that's the two scenarios that we are waiting for with gold. It's either going to break this trend line, retest and continue down and crash, or gold is going to continue to go respect this trend line, come retest the trend, and then take off, which is very likely too. Okay. Now, to get a better entry, what we're going to do is work our way down to the lower time frames, right? So that we can take advantage of the smaller moves that are going to happen, whether it's going to respect this area and continue up, right? We could get in for buys. Or if it's going to come to this trend line break, right? We could get in for sales, retest, and then coming down. All right, so that's the two opportunities that we have. It's either going to respect this area, we can get in for buys here, catch this coming back up for a new all-time high, or we get in for sales here, take advantage of the smaller move of it breaking this trend line, then retesting, coming down. All right, what I think is going to happen is going to respect this area so that we could catch our buys coming back for all-time high, right? So that's the move that I'll be anticipating. Wait for it to get a little bit lower towards this trend line, and then as I start to see consolidation, I'll get in for my buys. That's for a longer time frame, right? This is on the daily. So we can't take advantage of smaller time frames and get in for like more of a scalping type of trades, right? We just got to work our way down. So if you're more like my style and we scalp, I usually come down to about the 5 minutes. Right, and I just do the exact same thing. Right, exact same thing. Figure out the trend and identify my support and resistance. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. We didn't identify our support and resistance on the daily. Okay. So to identify your support and resistance, all you're going to do is identify the major reversal points. Okay. Major reversal points. So we're going to take our circle. Let's see. Okay. Drawing mode. So how do I draw? All right. So like I said, to figure out our support and resistance areas, we need to identify our major reversal points. Okay, so this would be considered a major reversal point. Oops. All right, so you see inside of this square, this here is a major reversal point. Okay. So for the daily, around this area would be considered our area of resistance. Okay, the top is always going to represent the resistance. The bottom is going to represent your support. Right. So for our major reversal point for the daily would be somewhere around this area. All right. And the reason why, oops, okay. And the reason why it would be around this area is because you see here we have a major reversal point here where my mouse is at, a major reversal point here. So a lot of resistance, consolidation around this area, right? Let me make this a little bit. All right. So, like I said, major reversal points, right? That's what we are identifying to identify our area of resistance. Just probably come down just a little bit, probably like around here. And our bottom would be our area of support, right? So when price reaches down to our support, that's when we could be looking for buys, right? Probably can move this up a little bit higher, like somewhere like around here. All right. So when price reaches down here, now this could be the touch that we were waiting for, right? It could just come down that far and continue to come back up to our resistance. All right. So this is how I trade. I trade from zone to zone. Very simple strategy. Anybody can learn this. All right. I could teach this to my little nieces and nephews, and they would understand this. Okay, so my strategy is I keep it very simple, very ABC 1 2 3. I don't try to confuse people with a bunch of different things. Now there are different tools, right? Like Fibonacci, things that I use, indicators, bots, right? That give me an edge on the market. But this right here, just keeping it basic like this. This is going to be your foundation, right? Just learning how to make your own market analysis and being able to draw up on your own chart, right? As long as you learn the skill, nobody can take that from you. You can jump on any chart and make money, right? So, yeah, what we do, wait for price to touch our support area, and we can look for buys in this area, right? And this is on, and again, this is on the daily time frame. So this would be more like a swing trade that you would hold for a long term, like a long period of time, right? If you got in for a buy here, probably hold it for a couple weeks to a month, riding it back up to the resistance. Okay, so I do the exact same thing to catch scalps, right? I just do it on a smaller time frame. So I go down to maybe the 5 minute, and we're going to do the exact same process, right? Identify the trend. Okay. Grab our trend line tool, identify trend of the market. So we start at the top. All right. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just give you a general idea, right? What's going on? Oops. Okay. So you see here on the 5 minute time frame, we are in a downtrend, right? So price is starting at the top here, coming down to a certain point, coming off, bouncing off our trend line, coming down to a certain point, coming back to test our trend line. Okay. Make this a different color. Let's go green. Okay. So that's the first thing we identify. Trend of the market. We are in a downtrend on the 5 minute time frame. See prices starting here, bouncing off our trend line, coming down, trying to retest our trend line now. Okay. So now we want to identify our support and our resistance. How do we do that? Identify our major reversal points. Okay. So you see here, major reversal point there. I have some here, here. All right. And you don't have to identify all of them. Just give you a general idea, right? That's what we're looking for. I guess this could be, all right, let's see a little around there. But yeah, you don't have to identify all of them. Just give you a general idea of what zone you're in, right? So we could see here just by looking at this. Okay. If we extend this out, this top area will represent our resistance. Okay. And the bottom okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. All right. So like I said, this top area will be our represent our resistance. This bottom shaded area will represent our support. Okay, so this is a zone that we're in for the 5 minute time frame. You can see here, prices is bouncing off our resistance, coming down to our support, bouncing off our resistance, coming down to our support, and just bouncing between here, right? So now it's back at our trend line. So two things can happen, right? It's either going to go up, continue to come up, test our trend line, bounce back down to our support, or it's going to respect this area where that's at now, come back down to our support. Okay, so what I would do is probably wait to see what it's going to do in this area, see if it comes and tests this trend line. And a scenario that could probably play out is test the trend line, respects it, comes back down. All right, that's one scenario. It could get to this trend line, break, come back, retest the trend, right, which would now be our support, right? So it's going to retest this previous resistance, which will be our support after it breaks, and then continue to climb off of here. All right, so we're going to do two things. So what I would now, there is a way, right, to figure out when it's going to reverse or when it's going to respect. What you're looking for, how to know when it's going to reverse, right? A real easy way is when it starts to create long wicks at the top of these candlesticks. When you start to see that, okay, it's kind of hard to see on here. I have to probably zoom in. All right, but it's probably pretty hard for you guys to see. This. All right. So, easy way just to tell off just looking at it, right? There's a lot of different ways to tell when reversals are coming, like candlesticks or patterns. But a real easy way, right, just to spot when a reversal may happen is when you start to see these little candlesticks at the top, right? Will usually indicate when price is going to reverse. So, like down here, for example, you see this candlestick long wick formed, and right when it got to this support, bounced off and reversed, right? And then got back to our resistance. These candlesticks started forming, came back and reversed. This long candlestick formed, came back and reversed, right? These candlesticks formed up here, long wicks, and reversed. So now we see a long candlestick forming. Could be an indication that there's going to be some type of reversal coming up, right? Coming back down to our support. But you just got to be patient because it could continue to climb, right? Could be just a fake out, continue to climb up here to test our trend line, okay, to test this area, this resistance area. So you just got to be patient, let price come to you. I would just wait to see what it's going to do, if it's going to come back and retest this trend line, see what it does. If it starts to consolidate up at the trend line, then you know it's going to respect this trend line area and come back towards our support. If momentum starts to pick up and it breaks our trend line, okay, let me zoom out. If momentum starts to pick up when it gets to this area, right, this resistance area, and once it gets closer to this trend line and momentum starts to pick up, there's a breakout. If it breaks this trend line, it's going to retest and then continue up, right, for all-time high. But yeah, you just got to be patient, right? Let price come to you. You can see here we're inside this zone, so most likely what will happen is it'll continue to bounce in between the zone, right? We're at the top of our resistance, could come back down to our support before it breaks out, or it could break out from here, right? So you just want to be patient, let price come to you, and then make your move. Now you can trade with us in the morning, right? We trade on live trading sessions, or you can get our training, right, where you can learn how to trade on your own. If you don't want to jump on the live trading sessions with us and you just want to trade on your own, there is trading material where you can just learn the skill by yourself and continue to practice this, right? Only way to get better at this is to continue to practice, continue to start from scratch, right? Even though you have these drawings, just go ahead and clear the drawings and start from scratch, right? Continue to do that over and over again till eventually you can just jump on the chart, eyeball it, and you could tell where price is going to go, right? So I think that is about all, right? If you guys have any questions, if you need any help, always reach out to me. Let's see if we have any comments. Doesn't look like we have any. All right. All right. So you can always reach out to me. Go ahead and send me a message if you need help getting set up. Like I said, I'll walk you through how to make that deposit, get your platform going, and placing your first trade, right? If you want to get access to my bot, it is $197 until midnight. Price will go back up to $497. So take advantage of that. I'll help you get it set up, connected to Sway Markets, and you can have that going for next week, right? So you can start making money in your sleep. So yeah, just let me know if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Like I said, like, share this, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more value. If you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and like and share this post. Share this with your team. Share this with somebody that you care about, that you know that could benefit from learning this skill. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Let's go.